welcome back to Chasing the Target. And finally, we've got confirmation, we've got news that the Asia Cup 2023 is on. The hybrid model has been accepted. There has been, a mutual agreement between both India, Pakistan, and all the Asian cricket members in the Asian Cricket Council. And now there's going to be 4 games in Pakistan and 9 games in Sri Lanka. India will play all the games in Sri Lanka. Pakistan, of course, will play their games in Pakistan and then play India in Sri Lanka, and the final will be in Sri Lanka as well. The Asia Cup groups are Pakistan, India, and Nepal. Wow, what a surprise! India, Pakistan, one group. But दूसरा जो group है Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, और Afghanistan, and that's what it is right now. The exact schedule is not out yet, but the dates are August 31st to September 17th. So book your tickets, mark your calendars, and be ready. We will have the Asia Cup. Eventually, देखो agreement हो गया. काफी ये टाइम पास चल रहा था, होएगा नहीं होएगा. There was disagreements from both sides. Of course, there was like political issues and everything as well, security issues. But at the end of the day, when India Pakistan are playing in a major tournament, it more than likely they'll have to find a solution, because bilateral ties तो है नहीं, एक दूसरे से bilateral games नहीं खेलते, tours नहीं होते. तो ये जो मौके मिलते हैं एशिया कप और वर्ल्ड कप के, ये ना सिर्फ फैंस के लिए एक मौका है, मगर ब्रॉडकास्टर्स के लिए और जो भी स्टेक होल्डर्स है उन लोगों के लिए फ़ायदा कि इंडिया पाकिस्तान का मैच हो रहा है. एंड इवेंचुअली इट्स हैपनिंग अगेन. आई रिमेंबर लास्ट टाइम इंडिया पाकिस्तान श्रीलंका में खेले थे, इट वाज अराउंड 2000 and was it 2010 आई थिंक. एशिया कप मैच था वहाँ पे इंडिया पाकिस्तान का, वो शोएब अख्तर हरभजन की भी जो लड़ाई हुई थी. एंड या दे गोइंग बैक टू श्रीलंका. ऑफ कोर्स देयर विल बी मैचेस इन पाकिस्तान एज वेल. सो पाकिस्तान गॉट व्हाट दे वांटेड, इंडिया गॉट व्हाट दे वांटेड एज वेल, म्यूचुअल एग्रीमेंट. एंड ये वर्ल्ड कप के लिए भी अच्छा है, बिकॉज अब पाकिस्तान नहीं बोलेंगे कि हम नहीं आएंगे ये वो. एंड आई थिंक we knew at the end of the day कि भाई agreement तो होना ही है. When there's a tournament like this, India Pakistan playing सबके लिए फायदा है, and they had to find a solution. Finally they found a solution. A lot of talk in the media, this that, time pass बहुत चल रहा था, but finally there is a solution to this, and hopefully the World Cup will also go smoothly. World Cup का draft schedule India और पाकिस्तान का निकला, उसमें India Pakistan का game is scheduled to be in Gujarat in Ahmedabad on October 15th I think, and then Pakistan has scheduled a couple of games in Hyderabad and Chennai as well, in Eden Gardens too. But this still has to be finalized. It's shocking कि भाई अभी तक World Cup का proper schedule नहीं आया. That just seems that they're not as organized. The ICC or India, they're not as organized. You should have had the schedule by now. The ticket should have been on sale. It helps the fans. It helps everybody who's involved in this. Whatever you have to organize, whether it is work related, or journalists, whether it's broadcasters, camera crew, stadium officials, or even like just the general fans who need to book their tickets. People fly from America, Canada, Australia, South Africa, England for a World Cup, and इतना late अगर रखेंगे, it will be very difficult to organize things like that. पर flights भी book करना पड़ता, hotels भी book करना पड़ता. It's not easy. So I'm surprised कि अभी World Cup का नहीं हुआ, but at least ये good news है कि the Asia Cup is on, and we will have an India-Pakistan game. They are in the same group. It will be hosted in Sri Lanka. 9 of the games, like I mentioned, and 4 games will be in Pakistan. It's a 50-over game, so I think that's why they chose Sri Lanka over UAE. UAE में end of August, September में बहुत गर्मी रहती. Temperatures go close to 50 degrees, 45, 46 रहता है, और रात में भी 40 डिग्री हो सकता है. And Ibrahim Bhai Singh is in the house. Thank you for joining. PCB are not agreeing on Ahmedabad as a venue. That's the reason for the delay. I mean, I didn't know that. Maybe true, but the thing is, if the ground, it's the biggest ground in India, and if India is saying that they will provide security and they're wanting to host the game there, I think it might just go on over there. If it doesn't work out, then yeah, they can change it. There are other venues available. They could change it to Chennai. They can change it to Eden Gardens. I don't know if Dharamshala will host it, but like somewhere in the south of India maybe. If it doesn't work in Ahmedabad, you have options. You've got Mohali, and North India also has options. But I'm sure they'll come to a solution. This is all just like, I wouldn't say time pass, but like this is all just like right now throwing and throwing. There's nothing confirmed. Eventually they will find a solution. Like for this Asia Cup, in the last 2-3 months, there's so much discussion, so much arguments, people saying nahi hoinga, Asia Cup nahi hoinga. Eventually hona hi hai. When India Pakistan are involved, when it's a big tournament, the tournament has to go on. Yes, the final details might be delayed, the final logistics, everything might be delayed, but at the end of the day, match to hone wala hai. That's what I feel. And I think the same thing with the World Cup. Yes, there is a delay, like Ibrahim Bhai said. Maybe it's because Pakistan don't want to play in Ahmedabad, but eventually they'll find a solution. Whether that's Ahmedabad or another city, they will find the solution like they did for this Asia Cup. And it'll be interesting to see how it's managed, because look, the PCB said that they will, make sure that they will figure out all the logistics and everything, because it's not easy. You're going to have two different countries. The broadcasters also have to move around. You'll have to have broadcasters in Pakistan, then you have to have broadcasters in Sri Lanka. You got to move your camera crew around. You got to move your commentary team around. You got to move the players around. So how they figure out the logistics, they said that they're going to take full responsibility and do it. I'm sure they will find a solution, but these are some of the tricks that they'll have to work on right now. I know it's still a few months in away, the Asia Cup, but they still have to organize everything now and make sure they got all the logistical issues sorted, because it's not straightforward. When it's in one country, it's easier. You don't have to worry about moving things around, shifting things around. Everything is sorted. Over here, you have some teams playing in one country, and then you have to fly to another country. Yeah, it's not too long of a flight, but in my opinion, it's still something that you have to plan out, right? Because though other country mein aap khel rahe ho tournament, you have to plan it and make sure smooth process hai. So that it will be a challenge for PCB. But Najam Sethi has said in his interviews in the past also that we're willing to take this risk. That's why we are offering this hybrid model. We will take responsibility for this plan and we will execute this plan. So if the stating all that, then yeah, let's see. I think it should be okay. It should be good to go, and we will have India Pakistan game. It'll probably be on Sunday, that India Pakistan game. So either September 3rd or 2nd, I think. I have a feeling it'll be on a Sunday, the match, but we'll find out more details of that. The World Cup schedule also needs to come out, man. I don't understand why that's delayed. I know what Ibrahim Bhai said, but still it shouldn't be this delayed. It'll cause a lot of problems for fans and everybody else who want to attend the World Cup. They need to get that ASAP and then start the ticket sales and everything. In my opinion, they have to work on that ASAP. But at least we have the good news that the Asia Cup is ready. Ibrahim Bhai is saying PCB are pushing for a tri series in August with Australia and SA before Asia Cup, and this could be the ideal start to building an Asia Cup and then World Cup if this tri series materializes. Yeah, I mean, if this does materialize, then it'll be good. They'll have match, and if those matches are hosted in Pakistan, then that's a good segue into the Asia Cup. Then they can play 4 games over there. I'm assuming. I mean, Ibrahim, you can tell me better, but I'm assuming the 4 games will be Pakistan playing and maybe one neutral match in Pakistan, and the rest of the 9 games will be India Pakistan, one will be a final, and then India's games will be in Sri Lanka, along with a few other neutral games. That's what I'm assuming. And also, I think after the Asia Cup, in Australia is coming to India, so that's a really good preparation for both teams. For Australia in particular, they'll get used to the Indian conditions for the World Cup. It'll help them prepare well. They did the same thing in 2019. Even though the World Cup was in 2019, they did come to India and play over there. But this time around, the World Cup is in India. The conditions will be the same. So playing a bilateral there will give Australia a good advantage over other teams. For India, it'll be good playing a challenging team like Australia, who will be raring to go. And Australia, they're a championship mentality. They always look to win whatever trophy they're in, whether that's the T20 or the World Test or 50 overs. They always look to win. So that will be good preparation for India as well. Ki bhai, aap Australia se khel rahe, un log aa rahe hain wahan pe, and that'll be good. That's after the Asia Cup, and then after that we'll have the World Cup, which will go on from October to November, hopefully. And really looking forward to that. And make sure you tune in to us as well. We will definitely get you the latest content from there. Ibrahim, by the Ashes is tomorrow as well. I don't know if you missed the preview that we did just a few hours ago, or just an hour ago, I think. Looking forward to that tomorrow as well. That should be very exciting. But I think that's about it. That's the news from ground zero, is that India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Afghanistan, Nepal, I mentioned Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, they'll all be playing the Asia Cup from August 31st to September 17th. It's going to be in Pakistan and Sri Lanka. And yeah, it should be a good tournament, and it's a good dress rehearsal for the World Cup. Yes, it's important to win the Asia Cup, but we all know the teams will have one eye on the World Cup. Also, Jasprit Bumrah and Rishabh, I don't know, Jasprit Bumrah and Shreyas Iyer are eyeing a Asia Cup return. Rishabh Pant, his recovery has been quicker as well. I don't think he'll play the World Cup or Asia Cup, but his recovery has been really good. and Bumrah and Ayer both are aiming for that Asia Cup again. I think it'll be hit and miss like last year before the Asia Cup. There was a lot of talk, will Bumrah come back or not? And he eventually came back in the South Africa series, but then he pulled out of the Asia Cup and World Cup. Now we'll see how this goes around this time around. Yes, this try series will be hosted in Pakistan, and when Asia Cup is going on, Australia are scheduled to tour South Africa. I mean, that's good. There's going to be plenty of cricket to look forward to. Right now, it's the Ashes. Then you'll have some domestic leagues. The MLC is starting, Major League Cricket in America. You have the GT20 in Canada. This will all start in July, I think. We've got the NatWest T20 Blast. I'm sure that's going on. We'll have the 100 after the Ashes. But right now, all eyes are on the Ashes. That's going to be the thing. India touring West Indies. That will start July 12th, if I'm not mistaken. So we have time until India does play a game. We'll talk about the squad and everything when it's announced. Right now, there's rumors going around who's going to play, who's not going to play, but we'll discuss it a bit further when we're closer to the situation and when we get a better idea of the squad. Are you going to be following the World Cup qualifiers starting on Sunday? Yes, sir. Good reminder. Thank you so much for reminding. I think that's taking place in Zimbabwe. West Indies are playing there, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So it should be good. South Africa have already qualified, Ibrahim Bhai. So we will follow that. That's a good reminder. We'll follow the World Cup qualifiers and we will discuss that as well. Along with the Ashes, there's not as much cricket going on, but I'm sure the World Cup qualifiers will be fun. It's always good to see these upcoming teams competing against each other. It will be high competitive cricket, of course, and it's good to know who these teams will be, who will play in the World Cup, which will take place in India. I think also the Ashes is going to be incredible, high quality cricket between two teams who are at the peak of their games right now. Like they're playing top level cricket, and that should be a lot of fun. That is starting tomorrow, so tune in tomorrow for all the content. We will review the first day play. It's starting in Birmingham at Edgbaston tomorrow. The game is at 11 a.m. UK time, so make sure you tune into that as well. But thank you so much, Ibrahim Bhai, for joining me, and everybody else who's watching this on playback. Make sure you like and subscribe, and join us tomorrow and throughout the Ashes and throughout every day, man. We'll be discussing cricket. Like Ibrahim Bhai said, we'll also discuss the World Cup qualifiers. We'll look into that. We'll try to analyze that, and then the India tour of West Indies. And after that, whatever information we get regarding Asia Cup, World Cup fixtures, or whatever it is, we will come live and hopefully discuss that. So thank you so much. Have a good night, everybody, and take care.